Every single day, TSA screens over 2 million travelers across US airports, but what if I told you some of their most important rules are never made public? From hidden codes scribbled on your boarding pass to behavioral profiling systems with no scientific proof, there's a side of airport security you were never meant to see, and by the time you finish this video, you'll realize just how much they've kept behind the curtain. So buckle up, because these are the 7 TSA secrets they definitely don't want you to know. Number 1. TSA's behavior detection program lacks scientific validation. Launched in 2007, this initiative aimed to identify potential threats by observing passengers for behavioral indicators such as stress, fear, or deception. However, multiple evaluations have raised significant concerns about its scientific validity and effectiveness. In 2010, the Government Accountability Office reported that TSA had deployed SPOT nationwide without first validating the scientific basis for identifying suspicious passengers in an airport environment. The GAO emphasized that there was no consensus in the scientific community on whether behavior detection principles could be reliably used for counterterrorism purposes. Furthermore, the GAO noted that TSA lacked performance measures to assess the program's effectiveness and had not systematically collected and analyzed data to determine if SPOT was contributing to aviation security goals. The subsequent GAO report in 2013 reiterated these concerns, stating that available evidence did not support the use of behavioral indicators to identify aviation security threats. The report highlighted that TSA had spent approximately $900 million on the program since its inception, despite the lack of validated scientific support for its method. Critics, including the American Civil Liberties Union (ACLU), have also pointed out that the program may lead to racial and religious profiling. Documents obtained by the ACLU revealed that TSA's own files contain materials that were culturally insensitive and lacked credible support for the program's validity. Despite these criticisms and the substantial investment, the SPOT program continues to operate. Number 2. SSS on boarding pass indicates enhanced screening. If you ever notice SSS printed on your boarding pass, it's not a random stamp, it stands for Secondary Security Screening Selection. This label means you've been flagged for enhanced screening by TSA before boarding your flight. Expect a more in-depth process that can include full-body pat-downs, hand swabs to test for explosive residue, and a detailed search of your carry-on items. The extra screening often takes an additional 15 to 45 minutes. You might receive the SSS code for several reasons, such as booking one-way tickets, buying flights at the last minute, or using cash. Sometimes it's just part of the TSA's random checks, but if your name closely matches someone on a watch list, the chances rise significantly. Though TSA doesn't publicly share the full list of criteria, frequent travelers who keep getting flagged can file a complaint through the DHS Traveler Redress Inquiry Program. Number 3. TSA's private Facebook group contained inappropriate content. In 2019, a private Facebook group called TSA Break Room made headlines after journalists discovered disturbing content posted by its members, many of whom were current or former TSA employees. With over 18,000 members, the group became a space where agents shared memes, jokes, and vented about their job. But what raised serious concern was the presence of offensive, racist, and violent language aimed at passengers and coworkers. Some posts even included derogatory comments about specific travelers and jokes about abuse using their authority. The exposure of this group sparked public backlash and raised questions about professionalism and accountability within the TSA. While the agency stated that it doesn't condone such behavior and promised to investigate, the incident highlighted a troubling culture behind the scenes. Given that TSA officers work in sensitive positions with public trust, such content undermines confidence in their ability to treat travelers with fairness and respect. The group has since been deactivated, but its existence left a lasting stain on TSA's reputation. Number 4. Early body scanners compromised passenger privacy. These early scanners, known as backscatter and millimeter wave machines, produce detailed, almost nude images of passengers beneath their clothing. TSA officers stationed in private rooms viewed these images to check for concealed items, but the process sparked widespread backlash due to its invasive nature. Although TSA claimed the machines didn't store images, reports surfaced that thousands of scans had been saved and even leaked in some instances. This not only compromised passenger passenger privacy, but also question the agency's transparency and data handling. Following public outrage and pressure from privacy advocates, the TSA retired these machines in 2013 and replaced them with scanners that generate generic body outlines instead of detailed images. These newer models use automatic target recognition software, which highlights areas of concern without showing personal anatomy. While the technology has improved, the controversy surrounding the earlier scanners left many travelers questioning how far airport security should go. Number 5. TSA's liability for damaged or lost items is limited. When it comes to damaged or missing belongings during airport screening, many travelers are surprised to learn that TSA's liability is extremely limited. While the agency allows passengers to file claims, compensation is only granted if there's clear evidence that a TSA officer directly caused the loss or damage. Even then, the process can be lengthy and complicated, with many claims denied due to lack of proof or because TSA never physically handled the item. This limited responsibility has frustrated countless travelers, especially those who discover broken electronics, missing jewelry, or torn luggage after passing through security. According to TSA policy, they are not accountable for anything lost due to poor packing, wear and tear, or theft by other travelers once items are out of their custody. In essence, unless you can prove it was a TSA officer and not just an accident or another traveler, you're likely out of luck. For peace of mind, travelers are often advised to avoid packing valuables and checked baggage altogether. Number 6. Checked luggage is subject to inspection without notice. Every piece of checked luggage on a commercial flight in the US is screened by TSA, and around 5% of those bags are physically opened for inspection. What most travelers don't realize is that the TSA has the legal right to open your suitcase even if it's locked or wrapped in plastic. If needed, agents can cut through locks or protective coverings without prior notice to the passenger. When your bag is open, TSA is supposed to leave a notification inside explaining the inspection. However, travelers have reported instances where their luggage showed signs of tampering, like broken zippers or missing items, but no note was found. While TSA claims all inspections are logged using the barcode on the luggage tag, tracing who accessed a specific bag isn't always straightforward. Number 7. TSA's facial recognition program raises privacy concerns. TSA's expanding use of facial recognition at airport checkpoints is raising significant privacy concerns. While the agency claims the technology is voluntary and enhances security, critics argue that it could lead to a surveillance infrastructure with minimal oversight. Currently operational in over 80 airports, the program allows travelers to verify their identity by scanning their face instead of presenting a physical ID. Although TSA states that images are deleted after verification, in testing environments, data may be retained for up to 180 days. Civil liberties advocates warn that normalizing facial recognition could erode anonymity in public spaces and potentially lead to misuse of biometric data. Concerns also include the risk of data breaches and the potential for the technology to become mandatory in the future. A bipartisan group of senators has called for audits and stricter regulations to address these issues.